Previously on
being
part
charged with
1.
murder. I think that's also a bit silly.
Legally, 4 out of 10.
근데 조사해놓고 증거로 신청하지 않은 서류가 있다면 그게 우리 쪽에 도움이 될 거야.
So in Singapore, can the lawyers or the officers that the lawyers appoint actually go into the crime scene to pick up evidence like this?
Yes, assuming that the space has been released by the police or who has already conducted their initial investigations and the space is open to the public.
But how long would that typically take?
Well, it will take as long as the police needs in ensuring that the police has, for example, seized every notable item and the police has photographed every significant corner of the premises to their satisfaction. Well, the immediate example I can think of is the killing that happened of a very young student at River Valley Secondary School. That happened in a toilet inside the school. I would imagine in that situation, the police would have come in and secured the toilet for a period of time. They would have seized all the significant items, such as the killing weapon. They would have put labels on all the significant corners of the toilet, such as where bloodstains may be found. They would have taken photographs of every single corner. And only after they're satisfied that every single corner has been accounted for, such that the court at the end of the day can imagine what a crime scene looks like, they would then release the toilet to the school.
지문이 추가로 검출됐습니다. 따라서 피고인 백현우를 살인 혐의로 구속 기소하는
Evil
바입니다.
man
피고인
is here.
공소 사실 인정합니까?
인정하지 않습니다. 사건 당일
even the way he
피해자와
says
약속을
is so
하고
handsome.
약속 장소에 간 건 사실이지만 피해자는 나타나지
This looks
않았습니다.
so wrong in the
Yeah,
Singapore
wrong?
context.
Why?
Well, in the Singapore context and actually in many jurisdictions, the lawyers would have very clearly advised the accused person not to say anything extra unless it's specifically asked of him.
What extra things is he saying? He's just saying he's not guilty.
He was asked, was he guilty? He said no. And then he went on to go on a ramble on what
Oh,
happened.
he's not rambling. He's just being smart, okay?
Smart Alec.
Yes. Handsome, smart Alex. Shush.
피고 측 변론 시작하세요.
존경하는 재판장님, 피고인은 수사
That
초기
is,
단계부터 지금까지
again, very
일관되게
wrong.
살인을 한 적이
Why?
없다고 주장하고 있습니다.
First and foremost, in the Singapore context, and in fact, I would imagine in many contexts, normally the defense doesn't, it's not defense that starts first to present its arguments and evidence. It is the prosecution who should first establish their
Got
case.
Understood.
이것이 사실이라면 진범이 있을 텐데요. 먼저 검찰 측에서 가장 결정적인 증거로 내세우고 있는 범행 도구에 주목해 주십시오. 범행 도구인 주방 칼에선 피고인의 지문과 피해자의 혈흔 외
In the Singapore context, a lawyer can't even take the murder weapon and just brandish it around like it's
Swang, you didn't
household
watch Queen of Tears. He's holding a paper that looks like the weapon.
item. Oh, is it? Oops.
It's okay, I can put it in. But okay, in Singapore context, the lawyer cannot hold a weapon during open court trial.
Yes.
네, 바로 그 옷을 입은 사람이 피고인의 집에서 범행 도구를 훔쳐서 나왔고 사건 당일 범행 장소 인근에서도 발견이 됐다면요?
Again,
Yes.
in the Singapore context, or in fact, again, in many other countries, evidence doesn't get presented this way, like you're making a pitch deck.
당일 범행 현장과 2km 떨어진 곳에서 동일인이 셔츠와 목장갑 등을 불에 태우고 있는 장면인데요. 사담한 섬유와 범행 도구에 묻어있던 섬유 조각에 대해 비교 분석을 의뢰했습니다. 적외선 분광 광도계로 비교한 결과 두
Again?
섬유가 같은 물질임이 확인됐고
This is wrong.
This is wrong.
Again, evidence of expert findings or expert analysis would, in a normal context, be presented by
The expert himself.
혈흔과 DNA까지 검출이 됐습니다.
간접 증거일 뿐입니다. 범행
Yes,
도구에선
circumstantial
오직
evidence.
피고인의 지문만 검출됐습니다.
as a prosecutor.
지문보다 더 명확한 증거가 있다면요.
That's also another thing that's
가령
so a courtroom advocacy is not like a debate where
No.
somebody says something and then somebody can just like come in and rebut. There are very proper rules of decorum, and normally parties just take turns to speak.
Yeah, but you always see on the US dramas, objection.
An objection normally comes up where, for example, somebody is cross-examining a witness and is asking a witness that it is not lawful for the person
So
to
only when
ask.
it's witness being examined, but when the prosecution or defendant is putting on a case, you cannot just interject halfway.
In the Singapore context, you can interject only in that very rare situation where the lawyer is saying something clearly false, clearly untrue to court.
시가지 범죄 현장 증거를 기록으로 남겼다고?
이 사람이 전문 청부업자라면 그랬을 거야. 증거를 남겨야 돈을 받지.
그놈이 이 URL만 클릭하면 돼.
So the PI sent a link to the suspected murderer, and then the suspected murderer pressed the link, and therefore he was able to access the guy's phone. Would that kind of evidence be admissible in Singapore courts?
It would generally be
Really?
admissible so long as it is relevant to the offense at hand.
단독 범행을 주장하고 있는 것으로 알려졌는데요. 한편 이 사건 용의자로 체포됐던 백모 씨는 오늘 열린 1심 선고에서
My handsome man is now free again. Yay!